Life is 24/7, but in the end, business is as well. And if you find a job or an organization that matches with what you want to achieve, it's giving you more energy than you put in eventually.
Yeah, thank you for bringing that aspect. I think it's when you do something you thought was difficult or impossible, that energy and what it takes also gives you a lot more for the future. So thank you for sharing that. So before we wrap it up, I can speak on talking to you because it's such a wonderful conversation. But I have one last question. In the last 4 years, you said you jumped full time into corporate, you retired. What do you think has been your biggest contribution to your team, to your organization? And what is a surprising lesson that you have learned after retirement?
Ooh, that's a tough one. My biggest contribution, I'd say, that would be onboarding a new managing director. So from the experience I got from that organization, being able to onboard a very senior person and making him familiar with the organization in a very short period of time, and which also led to then my, I'd say, promotion to the current role.
Mm-hmm.
Even though maybe looking back now, I liked the previous role a bit more because I was being able to see all aspects of the organization instead of just the relatively narrow part. But I think bringing together a lot of information in such a way that it's digestible for somebody who's new to the organization and was then able to make the organization grow even more was a big accomplishment. Although it sounds very weird to almost share accomplishments myself, but I think that's something that's really helps this organization. Yeah, for now, what also I really like managing a team, and I think the team likes my way of working as well, where my management style would be to enable others. So I like working with people who can be very independent and know when to come to me with questions, and then being able to support them and enable them to go any further. So an example is where I have somebody in my team who's specializing in print management. I am not very familiar with print management myself, but the way we work together is that she's the specialist. If there's an issue, she comes to me and we come to a solution together, enabling her to develop into that specialism part, something that helps me as well to grow more as a manager.